we have a quorum of, wait a minute.
There's 57,
There was 59.
59.
59, 60.
Oh, okay.
So there's 6.
Well, there should only be 59.
Well, let's hope one vote didn't make a difference.
What you told me. Want us to go count them again? I mean, it's obvious.
Well, no, we'll recount it out there at the end of the meeting. Right now, it's clear that the amendment has, the request to amend the bylaws has passed. We'll now move to,
Could we hear the vote?
Yeah.
well, it's 3722, but there's a question as to, whether only have 59 ballots that have been handed out.
Well, that's 59 votes.
Well, there's one blank ballot that was turned in.
37.2.
Yeah, that's not a 59.
Yeah, but there was a blank ballot turned in.
So a no vote.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So we'll get that sorted out, but for right now, all right. The next item on the agenda is the vote to remove Andrew Mowry from the Board of Directors. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to adopt the second item.
Is there a second? So it is moved and seconded to vote to remove Andrew Mowry from the Board of Directors. Not yet, because the person that makes the motion has the first right to speak. Clay, do you wish to make any statements?
Well, I think, the resignation of the previous board of 5 women who were doing an excellent job because of the actions of one member of the HOA speaks all that needs to be spoken.
Andy?
Members of the board and association, I have made the difficult decision to resign from the board of directors. When I joined the board last December, I hope to improve the community. However, the dysfunction and lack of communication with this board is greater than my ability to overcome at this time. Even simple matters are not properly deliberated or voted upon. And many decisions are made by individual directors. I cannot agree to speak with one voice on matters when we do not deliberate or vote. I've always believed that admitting when you are wrong is not a sign of weakness, but rather a sign of strength. I've always believed that leading by example, using facts and evidence, encouraging open and honest communication, promoting continuous learning and improvement, and showing empathy and respect for opposing points of view are the keys to overcoming the dictatorial attitudes that have caused so much discord in our community. I believe this community deserves better, and I cannot in good conscience continue to serve as director when some of my colleagues cannot uphold the principles that we have all agreed to follow. Therefore, I respectfully resign my position as director of Pluto Overlook HOA, wish you the best as the board, and will return to roles of influence as a homeowner and serving on any committees where I'm welcome. If conditions change, I may once again volunteer for service as a director. Thank you for your opportunity to serve.
All right. With Andy's resignation, oh, I'm sorry, yes.
It seems to me if you accept his resignation, he has not been voted off, he could get back on again whenever. So I think you need to refuse his resignation and go ahead with the vote.
Oh.
I cannot in good conscience do that. Is there so with Andy's resignation, that makes the, vote moot?
What, can I ask,
Yes,
ask a question, why, can't you accept what Bob said?
because Andy is resigned.
Yeah, but you can refuse to accept.
She's
his
not.
resignation.
But why? Oh, let me ask.
So
don't
we
go
can
there.
Walker,
vote
do
on
you
why.
refuse to accept his resignation? John, do you refuse? I'm asking
Andy
the board.
wishes to resign, it's his privilege.
John,
I don't refuse, no.
Clay,
I understand what his actions are, because he wants to be able to run again. What is it, December?
yeah.
You're putting words in my mouth, that's not true.
Well,
You're putting words in my
You're out
mouth.
of order.
I gave my
All right.
words.
All right, let's,
Let's get out of here.
but the logic of his action would dictate that he has a desire to run in December, which, if he doesn't resign, then it's 3 years. That seems to be obvious.
Bullshit.
please stop. Okay, I'm trying desperately to conduct a respectful meeting here. So let's,
So since there are two that will accept the resignation,
correct.
my vote really won't matter, except he still has a vote, right?
Cause you haven't so we're in this acceptance mode, this is ridiculous.
But you're still on the board until.
Correct, but it's
okay.
ridiculous.
So, we're outvoted, even if we were to try to,
So
so I abstained then.
Okay, great.
okay, so it's currently,
This is the
Yes,
saddest
sir.
group of people.
Herb Weatherington,
Oh, God.
if we're so concerned about this amendment that we just we voted for, we vote off a director, he can't get back on for 3 years. He is resigning, he's not getting voted off. So we're really worried about wording and getting a committee to get it right.
No, I mean,
don't know.
it's,
What Bob said might make some sense, doesn't it?
well, but we've had two people that will accept the resignation. He accepts his resignation, so it will be accepted.
so it is accepted. So
Okay,
we
let's
move
move
on
on.
to the next item of business.
Sure, Wendy.
Yes,
Bill Jaracki, a motion was placed on the floor to address the amendment, or not the amendment, but the removal of a director. And the resignation was submitted in the middle of that discussion. And the resignation did not come at the beginning of this meeting. It came after the amendment passed. So I think there was a motion to address the vote, and that probably should be carried through.
I hear, yeah,
Your acceptance of the resignation was in the middle of
you're right.
business that was proposed.
The resignation was basically out of order. All right,
Let's move on.
so we are voting,
On what?
removing Andy. That was the motion.
He's not a board member. He's not a board member. How can you remove him?
I think he addressed it correctly. We have the three motions in front of us. That was what the special meeting is all about. And so can a resignation be put in
Jeez. This is.
in the middle of that?
So the idea is that the motion was made and seconded to vote to remove Andrew Mallory from the board, Andy offered his resignation, which was out of order.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
When was it in order at any point prior in this meeting? You already cut me off once, speaking about a different issue, which John, by the way, actually finished my sentence for me. So when was the proper time for me to raise this?
You could have done it before the meeting.
Oh.
You could have done it after the vote.
Oh.
You could have done it at a lot.
What do the bylaws say about the proper time to submit a resignation?
You can submit it,
At any time, including in the middle of a meeting.
or
You know, this is so frustrating listening to these kids argue over this. The fact is, if you can stand up and do this, why can't you stand up and volunteer to get on the board? If one of you, just one of you people, would have stood up and said, I'd like to be on the board, we wouldn't be having this discussion right now. You'd be on the board.
all right,
Including
all right,
you.
all right, stop.
Exactly.
All right, stop,
So,
stop. Let us vote.
This is.
I got one.
This is precisely why I resigned. Can't do anything right.
Well,
Literally,
no, I feel
literally,
I feel
literally.
the exact same way.
This is literally the problem.
let's just allow little babies.
I second that.
Let's not.